What is up, everybody? We're here for podcast number 10 of the Simply Racing Show. Wow, we're already on number 10. 2 digits already, Goody.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you said that, I was like, wow, 10.
Yeah, 10 already.
Flying by.
I know. By the end of the season, the podcast will be legally able to drink. So
Hell yeah. I can't wait for that. I want to party with it.
Yeah, well, that's when it turns into adult. Right now, we're going through still the kid phase here. But yeah, episode number 10 of the Simply Racing Show podcast. Thank you, folks. It's been a long journey. Trust me, it's been a long journey. So has the regular season for the BellyUp Cup Series. And we're excited. We got some things to show you. We actually have a good race to talk about. Something that Lee could be proud of. Can you believe it?
For most of the competitors. I don't know about myself. But
well, I mean,
it was a good race, though. It was an awesome race.
Hold on. I'll fix that real quickly. We had a really good race with everyone present. No, there you go. You're back. Never mind. Goody's back.
Oh,
no, Goody didn't have as much of a fun.
Yeah. My bad.
Trying to ruin it for others, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. If you're watching, I apologize once again. We got it squared away. He owes me one, and I'll be ready for it.
Are you gonna apologize to Rucker?
No. I think I might have. I have one waiting for him, which is I'm sure most people do.
Well, Rockingham is next, so I mean that's a good time to be able to show something to him.
Yeah,
you can make something look like an accident at Rockingham.
Oh yeah,
you made it look like an accident for most of the time in Charlotte.
I was an accident in Charlotte. What are we talking about?
Where's the beard? Is what Screen's asking you.
I bet you by next episode I do. It'll be back. Don't worry.
It'll be full.
It'll be full. Yep.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you got to change things up, mix it up.
Well, maybe for you. I don't know. Maybe
Fu Manchu. Oh no! Here we go. This might happen once or twice.
Fu Manchu, and then the camera just goes
camera's
away.
Like, no.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common. But yeah, we've got a lot of things to go about. We're gonna showcase the race. That's gonna be the first thing we do. I didn't have enough time to be able to look back at some of the other races this week. I apologize if you ran really well. If you won something. Oh well. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yep, just like Tate, he doesn't care. We don't care here either.
Hey, give me a break. I had a 4-hour race I had to broadcast, and then I had 4 hours to go back through again and cut and make it into a 10-15 minute segment.
Could you imagine?
You can give me a break.
Could you imagine if we didn't go 250 laps without a caution?
Oh man, I wouldn't show up. I'll be gone.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was dead tired. I know you guys were tired racing, and that's mentally exhausting. But I was exhausted just broadcasting it because that's a lot. That's a lot to have to concentrate on.
And people don't realize too that you have to generally be there early, and then you're also there doing the interviews and all that stuff afterwards. So
I don't just turn it off and go to bed right when the race ends.
Yeah, there's a good just even on the stream side is cutting down. It's about
we wouldn't have made it
45 minutes to an hour that you got to stay longer than if you're just racing, because you can just get out of the cockpit, go to bed, which is what I did Wednesday.
And what's crazy is they talked about the race being like one of the fastest races that I guess Brent Jones did some kind of comparison where it's like compared to how NASCAR races, it would have been the third fastest 600 race, and still seemed way too long.
Yeah,
it still seemed way too long. And Chad wants to do 4 full distance races. I don't. I'm okay.
I enjoy the full distance races. Although I didn't Wednesday, but generally I do. It's good once in a while for like a little treat, but to do 4, that's a bit too much.
Yeah. To be fair,
I'm sure Fody would say that. I'm reading the bottom of the screen here.
Oh, I want to see if we're gonna do a full distance race. Let's make it something entertaining that I don't know, goes a little bit faster. 600 is rough, man. That you made a full distance race even fuller with making it fuller. Get it? Fuller one.
Hey.
But yeah, made it even longer. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Are you ready, Goody? We're going to take a look back at the race at Charlotte. As Bodie alluded to, some would call it one of the cleanest races Elite's ever had. I think, and I don't know, no one's been able to go back and track it. I'm surprised Chad hasn't. Probably the longest green flag in Elite. Come on now, Goody.
I'm falling apart here.
We haven't even started yet.
No kid. I'm already, see, this is just a microcosm of what my night was about.
Well, you must have torn up your whole rig after that race, after you wrecked so many times.
I was just
Tarzaning it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the race here at Charlotte and kind of get a look back here. I had to do a lot of skipping, because there was a lot of green flag racing. I didn't catch every single battle, but I got a lot of it. So if Goody's camera can hold up to the excitement, we're going to go ahead and take a look back at the Charlotte here. Starting out front, Trey Holmes able to get the pole, his first pole, I believe, of the season. And Ethan Burrell jumps out right in front of him for do good.
Yeah, doing it for the brand, lead in a couple laps. He had a pretty solid night all night, but as we'll see, there's certain people that couldn't be touched on Wednesday. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, early on, lap 21 here. And not what you want to see if you're going to do a full distance race is to absolutely smash your car right in the beginning.
Yeah, and I think that was Chris Stouffer that was involved in that wreck. Seth Rawls.
His first race of the season too.
First race of the season, and I know Seth was kind of. Are we getting another angle of this?
Yeah, kind of pissed. Yeah, we'll get a couple angles here.
Yeah,
kind of pissed.
Rawls was kind of pissed, but I was watching that replay, man, and I'm like,
I don't know if that
was on Chris at all.
What Seth Rawls was pissed about was that so early on that that the 13 made it 3 wide really early.
Was it him that made it 3 wide or was it Seth? Robert.
I think it was the 13 that made it 3 wide, jumped the middle, because they were coming up on Robin, and instead of staying behind Robin, he definitely went down below. But to be fair, Robin went really high. We're gonna see it. We'll take a look here and see when it's gonna go back a little further, so we can see. But yeah, all 3 of these guys made hard contact. Well, we will go back a little bit here. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, Robin was really high up there. So I mean, it kind of left the door open for the 13, but the 25 definitely comes off the bottom.
Yeah,
and then,
it's I'm sure a lot of these drivers hate to hear this, but it's just kind of a racing deal there. Yes.
Sorry if it's traffic. I'm working through some things here. It'll get a little bit better, I think. But as far as
so they're gonna wreck right now.
well, we'll wait until that part. But yeah, as far as what Seth Rawls is so mad about is we're coming to the end of the regular season. We're getting new guys into the league, but it's Chad, and you kind of got to figure Chad's gonna Chad, and I mean, money is money, and Chad's Chad. Money's money, and those two go hand in hand.
I'm a little mixed too, and being the biggest race, basically longest race at least of the season. I get the frustration. I definitely get it. Definitely get it.
Well, here's the thing. People are wondering, well, when does the last chance for someone to be able to try to get into the 2024 A season? And I'm going to tell you when Chad's going to let the last guy be able to race for this season. It's going to be lap 1 of the championship race of the 2024 A season. That's when he's going to stop letting people in. He's not going to stop. He's done this the entire time. He's gonna collect that payday onto anybody that wants to race. As long as they've done a couple other series in the elite and prove themselves there, they're allowed to be able to move on over. But I get where Seth is coming from. Right. Let's go to the next accident here. Goody, What happened here?
This is where the first part of my night went kind of sour with
First part of your night in the wall?
Yep. First part. I believe Carlos got something happened with Carlos.
I think he said his dog got on his he finally makes a race and then lap 30 this happened. I think his dog messed with his computer monitor or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then
it really didn't show like how much because he was flowing through the corner really well before that, and he just lost that momentum at a weird spot. And I was trying to get woed up. Then I'm like, oh, I don't want to go 3 wide. I start letting up, and Dewar had nowhere to go, and just kind of.
That took out some do-good cars, didn't it?
Yeah, as you might have heard by some people, a concertina, is that the word? Effect?
That Jeff Gordon scheme for you didn't work out very well. Nor did it for the 35. We'll get into that later on. Those Jeff Gordon paint schemes just, ooh boy.
Yeah, we'll see later. It's the same scheme I ran last year in the 600. I'm retiring it after
this race.
Yeah.
Here's another look from Ty McIntosh, the rookie driver. Just hits
barely
Dusty there. Yeah, just barely. But that was lap 30, and I was already at this point like, oh, come on, guys. We're at lap 30, already got 2 cautions.
I was thinking this is going to be a long night, and
but then we had a long green flag here at this point. Ethan Burrell pits. This sets up a really cool, I don't know if because you're in the race car, Goody, but this sets up a really cool scenario here where you could just barely make it on field. But before we get to that, I forgot about this part. Let's go back to it. This is during green flag pit stops.
This is where I go from being irritated to mad.
You're not even in your final form yet.
Well, this is what started me to get me running like an idiot. But Rucker, he rubbed off on me, and I turned into Rucker later. But
this was where it hurts.
Yeah, this is kind of what really hurt my night. After that spin, I didn't take tires. The tires were fading pretty quick. Rucker was on new tires. I gave him that inside line, and
he made the most of it.
He used me up. And I watched the replay. I came down on him a little bit, but not to justify him giving me just a sliver, which...
He was on old tires, too, wasn't he?
No, he was on fresh tires at that point.
He was on... Okay, so you're both on fresh tires?
No, I was on old tires. My tires are junk, and I was trying to give him room, and Rucker needs more room, and typical Rucker stuff, and just no car control, and I'm not the greatest at car control either, but, man, at least I can say...
You got the taste of the old Sunny D, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just this is what's really cool here is David Tooker stayed out longer than anybody. So did Dustin Dewar there. Look at him in 4th place there. Able to get the stage 1. Stage 1 awarded him 10 points here. And he did that all on strategy. But this is where it gets a little bit bad. Everyone that stayed out trying to make it to the points. Carlos Acosta, one of those, got some stage points, which is crazy. Goes down pit road, and Carlos comes back at him from pit road on lap 104.
I feel bad, man. Especially he's got my mom's brand on there, the Miss Goodies. I was excited to see him get in the race, and unfortunately, he had to park it after this. Too many tallies, and that bump right here was wild. And he's not the only one who did this.
No, we'll see that later on. He was not the only one to do this. Carlos Acosta around gets his 2nd tally, very first race in the Cup Series, very first race, kicked out of the Cup Series, and just one move there. And then we have another caution after we get going green once again on lap 152. Goody, what happens here?
Man, the one thing I will say is Ty was
come on, man.
He was running me hard. I was trying to block because he was just staying on the high side. I couldn't get around him. Hold on, rewind that back. What the hell did I do? I was not myself.
What do you mean? What the hell were you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. I had something in my head that I was trying to push him up the track, but not do that. I mean, it was a little.
And then what's this?
Woo! Yeah,
boom.
And then, my car went out of control. I will say a little netco, but that was mostly me being full on an idiot. So
Jeff Gordon on Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon on Jeff Gordon incident there.
I think I just wanted to I just wanted to fuse that. Yeah, yeah, that's always man, that looked worse than what I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, Goody. It was pretty bad. And then we go back green again, and then this is.
I wanted to see what happened here.
I guess the biggest wreck of the night. There wasn't like a really big wreck, but I guess this was the biggest wreck of the night.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of, I think, just about wraps it up. And William White, I think he was having a good run too.
Yeah, but I mean, he got what he deserved. He showed up in a Union flag to an American flag race. I mean,
yeah, the Coke Memorial.
Salute the flag, you know. Come on.
Yeah, you know,
hand over the heart.
You know, he's being patriotic for his country. I appreciate that, but wrong race to do it in. Come on, William.
And then Ethan Stanley comes and reenacts the Boston Tea Party.
Yep.
And spins his butt out.
We're gonna rename him Paul Revere right here. Saves the day.
Revere. Yeah.
He almost saves it. Oh.
And then he overcorrects it right in front of Chris Wright. And then here comes Clark. He gets involved too. And that was night over for William White.
Speaking of Chris Wright, does he have the worst luck this season out of anybody?
If he's behind you in points, yes, he is.
Is he behind me in points?
Yes, he is.
God damn, Chris. I'm having a terrible
That gives you an idea how bad he is having a season. He's behind you, Goody, and you're not having a good season.
No, that's man. Now I feel even worse for the guy.
So we go back green here, and this is with the stage 2 coming up. Tyler Fody gets back around Ethan Burrell. This was important because that last caution with William White was the last caution of the night on lap 157. That's unbelievable.
And I loved it. I was just limping around at this point, but I loved hearing all the different strategies going on. There was guys playing for stage points, guys playing for the long con of the finish at the end of the race, and Burrell here was trying his ass off to try to hold off Fody, try to save tires. It's a juggling act out there, and
Tyler Fody had passed the field. Ethan Burrell at this point says this is where he made his mistake. He did not believe it was going to go green flag to the end. Used all his stuff up trying to win this stage. Fody just held back and let them all race, and then he passed them. And then he got out to a lead, and I mean, it was done from there at that point. But Tyler Fody gets out to the lead on lap 186, and then coming around to end. Look at that, Goody, you're in the shot again.
Look at that. Only way I can get on the broadcast is getting lapped, baby.
Racing for the win. Oh, you almost got the stage win. I know you weren't even close.
Yeah.
Tyler Fody gets it over Matthew Weeks.
The top 30 at that point. Oh, Hogan too. He had a shot, I think, to win, but that was.
This isn't actually when he speeds just yet, but this is just showcasing. No, this is later on. This was with more green flags showing the different strategy. Some go down. This is when Tyler Fody's coming back on Matthew Weeks on the freshest tires because he stayed out the longest, and he's just working his way through the field. But this was a really good battle. I had to showcase that Matthew Weeks doing everything he can to keep Tyler Fody back, and for the most part in this part of the race was doing a really good job. It allowed Garrison Hogan to jump to the outside, and again, this is with another stage in coming up at 300, so hard racing taking place. Tyler Fody was able to get around, as well as Garrison Hogan. Now they're battling it out, and this was essentially the last time someone on similar tires battled Tyler Fody. Was right here. Yep. 262 was the last time anybody was close enough on the same set of tires as Tyler Fody.
I would have loved to see Hogan duke this out to the end. You know, here's the speeding penalty, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm going to show you how he sped. He was probably looking in his mirrors because good old Chad Frankenfield nearly ran his butt over.
And to be fair to Chad was correct, and I think they worked this out as he did not warn anyone that he was pitting, so it was a surprise. Yep.
Look at this.
Chad was freaking out, but
that did cause Garrison Hogan to speed, and essentially his race was over at that point. Here's another driver coming off of pit road, just like Carlos Acosta, and that was Nick Massey.
Yep. Only way he's
a champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
bad. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh good, he wrecked again.
I wrecked again. We don't know what way is up right now.
Oh my god!
I'm upside down. My stand's falling. But here we go. All right. I gotta work on this for next time.
Oh my
sure.
gosh! Yeah, maybe have a little bit of class here, Goody.
Yeah,
I
thought this was gonna work, but it's obviously not working that well.
It's not working, Goody. It's not working. But here we come to the end of stage 300, and it was Ethan Stanley on a very old set of tires. He pitted way early, able to dump out in front of Tyler Fode to go about winning the stage. So that's 3 different winners in 3 different stages. Awesome. Tyler Fode's just working his way up. This is a great battle coming to the line. Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fode, boop, right there. Chad got it by like 1 or like 1,000ths or something. It was close. Yeah. And then here comes Tyler Fode back out to lead. Lap 311 is going to get by a lot older tire, Matthew Weeks, and he set sail. Yeah, Tyler Fode was gone.
It was gone. How many cars ended up on lead lap? I feel like it wasn't that
We'll get
many.
to that at the end there.
Here, Tooker.
Nothing happened for the next like 90 laps, except for until lap 6 to go, like 394.
Here's where when with this battle you're about to show is Burrell battling his former teammate, or I guess currently his driver. He still runs or owns owns the.
He still owns it, yeah.
Owns it, yeah, and. Pro Edge, and I couldn't think of the name for a second. But here he thought
they're forgettable.
Tooker was, yeah, right. Tooker, because they're nowhere around me because they're up front. But Burrell thought maybe they'd let him go and try to not lose enough time. But Weeks his teammates right behind him there too, and Tooker did not give him that spot. So he got a little bit of that life outside of Pro Edge on Wednesday night as well.
And in this battle, it was right there, those 2 cars battling for that 3rd position, that podium. That's the 1937. They're going for that podium. The 2 cars right behind them are a lap down, battling each other for 13th position. And then Matthew Weeks, watch what Weeks does here. This was incredible. Weeks sees that he's running out of time, splits the difference.
Oh, he sends it.
He sends it.
Go. You got to do it. He wanted an interview. He's been waiting 4 hours for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's won all the big-time events, so he's trying to still come out and show he's here for the big money. And he is the points leader, so he sees Tyler Fode out there. He doesn't want to lose any more points than he has to. Gets back underneath Tooker, passes Tooker, and they're going to battle it out to the end between him. But up front, Tyler Fode dominates it at the end, probably the biggest domination I've seen, especially at the 600. For elite. And then here was the battle for 3rd. Matthew Weeks, Ethan Burrell coming to the line. This is a great.
Close.
Oh, it was close. Right at the line, boom.
Burrell wasn't crapping his pants enough.
Burrell by 1/100th of a second is able to get it over Matthew Weeks. So that was pretty great. But yeah, Tyler Fode able to come out the winner there, and he even admitted in his after win there in his little speech he gave, probably one of the best showings he's ever had and best wins he's ever done, because it was just dominance. I mean, took off.
He had it figured out, and I think Chad was the one who said it before last night. He didn't want to see. First he said Weeks, because Weeks wins a lot of the premier events, and Fode's another one that gets a lot of the Daytona 500s, Coke 600s.
Well, I mean, they're coming down to it. It's between Weeks and Tyler Fode for the regular season. It's going to be one of those 2 guys.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and.
It's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be the finish of everything, so we can take a look at that.
10 seconds. 7 cars on lead lap. Wow.
Yeah, 7 cars on the lead lap. And to be fair, if Tyler Fode actually tried, probably would have put a couple more of those a lap down. But he was just kind of cruising at the end there. He wasn't really pushing it. Jonathan Cutlip finished 10 seconds behind. Ethan Burrell able to beat his old teammate there, Matthew Weeks. But there are some interesting statistics in there that we have to look at. Laps led 228 for Tyler Fode. That's quite a bit. Average running position for Tyler Fode, 3.4. Wow. 3.4 in 600 miles, 400 laps. That's unbelievable. That's with green flag pit stops. That's everything. That's with strategy being played out. That shows you how up front he was for how long. But total passes, Ethan Stanley, we called it a couple times. He went from the back to the front, to the back to the front, to the back to the front. 150 passes, green flag passes. Those are green flag passes on track. What? That's one. It's like one every less than 4 laps. He's passing somebody.
Yeah, he did. I didn't realize he did that much work Wednesday night. That's pretty wild. And
yeah, that's kind of a lot. How many did you have, Goody?
39, I think it said. I'm surprised I had that many by that point.
Did you have 39? I don't see you.
That's what it is.
Where'd you finish? There, 29.
29.
Yeah, 39. Wow. Congratulations. I mean, right there at 150, right? I mean, that's pretty close.
I felt like I was letting her eat right before that incident with Dusty and Carlos there, but again,
I'm surprised you only had 9 incident points. I don't know how you only had 9. How do you have only 9? You were in half the wrecks.
How did I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm actually kind of surprised by that stat too. Oh man,
I was watching that whole race because I picked you for the end of the season. The guy with the most incident points. I picked you to gain that title, and I was licking my chops. I was like, "Oh man, Goody out there getting it. He's getting them. He's getting those incident points." And then you come out of it, and I'm like, "Wait, only 9? That's all you got?"
Yeah. Really
who got
weird,
the most
actually.
Incidents? I think it's a tie between
13,
Justin Vandermeer and Kyle Hanshaw. That's surprising. I didn't even see those guys getting too many wrecks.
Neither did I. They must have been fender to fender.
Door bangs or something.
Door banging, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe that's why I got all my issues out early, and then I was racing nobody after my car was pretty destroyed for about 350 miles. So yeah, I don't know.
I also want to know what's the most amount of points someone's ever scored in a race, because Tyler Fode scored 68 points.
God, that has to be
Goody, you scored 10.
Hey, I still have a shot to beat Fode.
In one race, he's probably up into the top 30 in points if he just raced this race. I'll be honest.
I bet you that's probably at least 75 to 80% of the total points I have on this season.
In one race. I mean, he scored some points that night for sure.
Yeah, he was on fire. One guy I have to give a shout out, my buddy Dusty Door. He got that speeding penalty. He had a good shot at getting in the top 10. He finished back in 23rd. I think he he came in the pits a little hot. I actually did the same thing, but my race was over, so I didn't really give a damn that I did it. But he did the same thing. He hit the pit wall right where the cone was and got an unsafe pin entry. That's what happened, and got 2 laps down and no caution to catch back up. So unfortunately, that kind of wrecked his night. But some other notable guys that ran well. I'm surprised to see Chris. I was surprised after getting involved in that wreck. He rallied to finish 12th. So good run.
Yeah, that was surprising. Johnny Thomas got 9th. That's really
good. Hunter
good.
Smith,
Hunter Smith, really good finish. Started 36th.
Yeah.
Tyler said he got 69 points last year, 600. But then again, remember, Fode, you lost to Chad Frankenfield by 1,000th of a second at the line to get 69 points. Could have tied it. You could have had the perfect race.
I think, you owe Chad on that.
Nick, I was never going to miss that. I'm sorry. I was laser eyes. I didn't.
If one thing you got to learn about Gerald is he's gonna find the embarrassing moments. Don't worry.
If you're not gonna win me the championship like I picked you to do, I'm gonna make sure you're gonna be embarrassed. All right, Nick, you need to step it up just a little. Yeah, you're making me look really bad because I picked you to win the championship.
He's just laying in the weeds. Everyone's gonna fall asleep on Massey, and he's gonna pounce at the end of the year.
Fall asleep on Massey, huh?
Yeah,
all right, well, we're gonna take a look
it.
and see what our points look like after that race. See how we picked. I picked David Tooker, which got pretty good stage points, 52. You picked Jonathan Cutlip, 47. Not bad. Jeff Green with the amazing pick, 68. I still have yet to pick a winner. I still have not picked a single guy that's won so far this season. Johnny Thomas got 55, which was really good. And thank goodness Ethan Burrell finally missed a pick and got Garrison Hogan, who sped on pit road.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that speeding penalty, Ethan probably could have got another win on Wednesday night. He was,
or at least really good points.
Yeah, he was the guy I think that could have battled with Fody at the end there.
We all needed.
We'll never know.
We all needed Ethan to lose a little bit because he was running away big time.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
Yeah, thanks for choking it, Garrison.
Yeah.
Real champ.
Go win next week at Rockingham. You took care of business this week.
Marbles got 0 because we didn't have a marbles race, unfortunately. Even if we were to say, well, let's pick the last week's winner of the marbles, that was Casey Hatch, who didn't show up either, so it really didn't matter. Yeah. But so that was the finish, or that was our picks. Let's see where our results are, where we're running at so far this season. Ethan Burrell still out front by not as big of a margin now.
Yeah, I'm chewing away, nipping away at it. All right.
Should we do something for the chase to narrow it up, or no, just leave it alone all the way to the end of the regular season? Because I'm like dying. Well, I'm so far back.
We could like gap it somehow, like maybe like 10 points between each position. I don't know. However, hey, let's ask the people out there. What do you guys think? Think of a chase.
Ethan Burrell's going to be saying, "Oh no, we're not doing nothing, man."
I want to re-rack it so the marbles have a puncher's chance.
Have a fair shot.
And Jeff Green and you. I think it would make it a little bit more exciting. It's all for fun anyway. Let's do it.
We could try something else, like pick one driver in the chase and pick one driver out of the chase. That'd be kind of interesting.
Ooh. Oh,
so we can like double it.
Yeah.
Maybe leave the points alone, but now we start picking two. One driver in the chase and one driver out of the chase.
Once the chase starts, I like that.
I don't know how that's going to work with the marbles, but we'll figure something out. We'll have something cool to go with it and everything.
Well,
we got to have something good.
To ponder on that.
Gerald needs to live with his poor choices. Don't give him free points. Okay, thanks, Fody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll remember that. Well, let's go ahead and see who we picked for, because next race is The Rock, which is a difficult track, actually. And with how bumpy it is, I think the next-gen car is really going to be a handful there.
Oh, boy. Those things are going to bottom out like mad.
Bottom out a lot. Those things are going to be rough. I can see a lot of people accidentally snapping it into the wall out of two for Rockingham. Let's go ahead and see what our picks were for the Rockingham race. I picked Scott Crump because Scott Crump hasn't won this season, and it's an aggressive track, and it's going to require an aggressive driver. So I went with Scott Crump. You went with brown-nosing Tyler Fody.
Yeah, don't make me make bad choices, Fody. Go win that sucker.
Yeah. Let's go win that one. Jeff picked Ethan Burrell, and that's not a bad pick. He's been having a good string of runs there, and that seems like a track Ethan Burrell would do pretty good. Jonathan Cutlip, now that's a surprise pick. Johnny picked Jonathan Cutlip, and I really don't know how well Jonathan Cutlip's going to do at that type of track. He did good at 600. He got second, but.
And I looked up, I'm hoping I'm going to let a fire under Jonathan Cutlip's rear end, hopefully. I was looking, when I looked up who I was going to pick for the Coke 600, Cutlip is really good at mile and a half. He runs real well, but at least his finishing results have struggled on other tracks. It's going to be interesting. I think he can do it. So
it's not like a normal mile and a half though. Like on a normal mile and a half, he's really good.
This is gonna be a prove it, Johnny.
I don't know if I like that pick, Johnny. I'll be honest. And then Ethan Burrell picked the Bad Man, Mr. Tate Lytle. I like that nickname I came up for him.
Bad Man Tate. Bad Man.
The Bad Man Lytle.
Heck yeah!
So,
I want him to have like a costume, like a kind of like a Batman costume instead of Batman. Batman.
Wait, Batman's not the bad guy.
Well, Tate is, so he can dress like I don't know, like an evil villain or something. I was trying to think.
And what does that make us if he's Batman and we're the two that he gets into and beats our butt? Are am I the Joker or am I Two-Face? What are you? You probably are Two-Face. You're Two-Face.
No, I'm just a little old lady walking across the street minding my own shit.
Batman came and beat you up?
Oh no, he's a villain. He's a villain here. Tate's the villain, and I'm just
he's
a
Batman.
Harmless old lady.
You said Batman. Batman or Batman?
Bad Man.
He's
like
the bad
Batman,
man.
but bad man. So he's a villain. He's a villain here. He's the bad version of Batman, and I'm just a little old lady crossing the street. That's what I'm going with. Sticking with it. And you're like that. You're
that one real quickly. Let's clip.
You're the annoying
the
kid
little old lady crossing the street.
I got curlers in my hair yet. If I had hair, I don't know.
In your beard. I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tate Lytle, the Bad Man. Scott says I picked a good pick. I hope so, Scott. Don't screw things up again. You always seem to. When he's in doubt and he's looking like a guaranteed pick, Scott Crump, he screws it up. Yeah. My God, just do what everyone else does on pit road, Scott. Just don't try to screw up pit road. If a caution comes out, slow down, let someone pass you, and do what they do.
Yep.
For the love of God, don't do what you're gonna do, whatever it is you're gonna do for pit road, because you mess things up when it comes to making strategy calls.
I will say, Scotty boy, if Gerald didn't pick him, and if he would have fell to me, I was gonna pick Crump. I
knew Scott Crump was good at the rock.
Yep.
He's very aggressive. Now I can absolutely see Scott Crump and the Bad Man Tate Lytle getting into it a little bit there. There always seems to be someone at the front that does not like a move someone made, and the Rock is very, very anonymous for doing that, and I look forward to it.
I'm going to make a prediction here. Write it down, screenshot this or whatever. Chad Frankenfield's going to mess with one of our picks.
You think he's going to take out one of these guys?
Yep. Going
what if
3
he's
wide.
the marble pick? Marble race doesn't happen. What if he wins the marble race?
Well, he'll take himself out.
He'll take himself. So I guess that counts then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you're hungry, Scott. You really need to win one for me. I have not won one of these, so I'm not causing you any good luck at all, but we'll see. But that was our picks for The Rock. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we have a special guest taking on the Gauntlet. It's not a driver. It's going to be Race Control taking on the Gauntlet. Mark Murphy. You guys want to talk bad about the man? Well, now you're going to have to listen to him as he talks bad about you. So we're going to see how he does around the Gauntlet. And we ask him a few questions about some of you drivers that he has to listen to whine and complain all the time. And we'll get a again? I'm sure he's going to have something to say about Crump, because those two love each other. They're best of friends, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I heard they go golf every weekend. Yeah.
They're on their own chat. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to see Mark Murphy try to take on the Gauntlet.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of BellyUp Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BellyUp, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BellyUp20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BellyUp20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of BellyUp Sports.
Joining us today, Mark Murphy, here to take on the gauntlet. Normally it's him watching everyone on track tonight. It's going to be all of us watching him make the mistakes at the Nürburgring. If you're ready, Mark, we are as well. Get going on track, and we're going to find out more about you and more about this off-tracking.
All right, here we go, Gerald.
There you go. Well, Mark. Let's just get started here. A lot of people were interested as to what kind of guest I would have on as far as the gauntlet goes, whether they be racers. I thought it would be interesting to bring the person that does all the off-tracking here. You're the off-track official for BellyUp Sports Cup Series. And it's usually... Ooh, no, you'll get it here. You'll get comfortable. No, you won't. It's usually for an off-track to get the... not where they get the limelight. Tell us how you got involved in being the series official for the BellyUp Cup Series.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those deals. I think Ethan had done it for a long time, and Mega was kind of burned out, and Chad had asked if anybody wanted to do it, and I just kind of stuck my hand up and said, yeah, I think I'll try that. And ooh, I way overcooked this one. Slow down. I just kind of stuck my hand up, and Johnny Cutlip helped me out the first few races, and then I was just kind of on my own. I think I've threatened to stop doing it several times, but somehow every Wednesday I'm back in the seat.
Well, you said that you kind of just got started with it and everything. I mean, have you done off-tracking before?
No. Matter of fact, didn't really have any interest in it. I just kind of stuck my hand up and said, yeah, I'll help you out until you find somebody, and we're here. What?
You're the somebody.
Yeah, the somebody. What's the saying go? If you look around the poker table and you can't find a sucker.
If I ever had a quarter for how many times Chad has done that to somebody, I would have a lot of money. All right, well, we're gonna get to the next question here. You have in recent times, stayed away from the stock car side of things on iRacing. We forced you to get in it tonight. Rather, your focus has been more on the Indy side of things. What makes IndyCar more of a fit for your style of racing?
I think it's just because open wheel stuff, you have to be a lot more precise. There's no roughing each other up. If you make contact in those things, not only are you dead, but everybody else around you is dead, and so you have to be a lot more precise. You have to race a lot more cleanly and a lot more respectfully. You can't run over people, and you have to make good decisions constantly, and those decisions have to come much, much quicker. So like at Indianapolis, when we run the Brickyard 400 there, these cars, they top out at 195. They might touch 200 at the end of the straightaway. When I get to that same point in an IR18, I might be going 240 miles an hour. And so the decisions have to come much more quickly. You have to be a lot more precise. It's an easy car to drive at 97.5%, but to get the extra 2.5, it's really difficult. So I enjoy that challenge as well. The speed in that car, I feel like, is a lot more nuanced.
So you're saying the off-track official doesn't like beating and banging. Go figure.
Coming from a guy who's a huge Earnhardt fan too. I mean, I was a Dale Earnhardt fan through and through growing up, and I just, I've always said I'd rather think my way past somebody and knock them out of the way, and It's kind of how I look at racing now, especially since especially since I specialize in a car that you can't touch.
Well, you're going to have to go a little faster on track, or being gentle is not going to make you run a fast lap. Trust me, around here. I've watched people bang the walls. There is no damage on this car. There is a 4th and 5th gear on it, Mark, so hopefully we'll see you get up there at some point in time. We're going to go on to the next question here. Well, we're going to go to the hard-hitting questions, actually, Mark. You may not like it, but we've been told that we needed to ask these things. Off-tracking is never really fun. You tend to be on the enemy list of anyone that disagrees with your calls. Go figure. Sure. And people tend to come at you. How do you personally deal with that, Mark?
I don't think about it. I mean, it just is when I'm in the car. You don't have your
groove. You don't afterwards have a drink or rub your temples and take an aspirin.
When it's all over, I mean, I'm just like them. I go sit down and sit down and have a beer and hang out with my wife. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a game, and there's nothing that can happen in here that is really going to affect my life one way or another. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go sit down and have a beer, and it would be over. Once it's over, it's over. I had a boss one time that made me really think, because I work in a call center, worked in a call center for Liberty Mutual for a number of years, and when I was training people, was right about I got to be a coach and a trainer and stuff, and one of the things that was about the same time that Natalie started having her kids, and one thing that always struck me from her breathing classes and stuff was the nurse that did that said, a contraction is extreme, it's painful, it's extreme, but once you're done, do your breathing and whatever, because that one's over and it's never coming back. And that's kind of how I look at these races. I used to tell the people in the call center all the time, the calls are like contractions. They might be painful, just breathe, and they'll be gone soon, and that call is never coming back. Well, it's kind of how these races are to me.
I gotta be honest, when I made that question, I had no idea that this would go to birthing. I'll be honest.
No, I mean, but that's how I look at it.
I'll be honest, when I made that question, birthing never came up in my mind. So thank you for meeting or changing my experience. You really need to go faster. You're gonna really you're gonna be at 15 seconds. You gotta at least beat Harry on track. I think that's the gold standard here.
I'm trying to remember where I'm at. So I'm at the carousel.
There's 130. Well, there you go. There's 137 or 39 turns. You're not going to remember. We're going to go on to the next question here, Mark. And we're going to keep with that theme of things. The speculation is that Chad gets the final word on most of these incidents. It's not said. It's not something that's publicly done, but it's what the word goes around in the racing lobby, that Chad gets to have the final say in most of these incidents, especially the ones that involve Mr. Chad Frankenfield. What is your response to most people that have that?
Point out that I've thrown Chad out before. And would gladly do so again. I mean, yeah, he's my teammate, and yeah, he runs the series and whatever else. But Chad has. Sometimes I'll ask him a question as far as rules go, but as far as the cause of the caution or who gets the tally, he has no say, and he'll get just as heated with me as anybody else, and he knows it. That I really don't care what he thinks. Sometimes Chad's way too aggressive, and we've had that talk. If he would just simmer down, and
he's not going to. It's Chad.
He would simmer down, and if he would simmer down and use some sense,
that's
be
not going to
involved
happen. Well, let's get to the next question here, Mark. I get you. This is no shocker this season. This has been one of the worst for track incidents so far that we've had. For every driver that's listening right now, tell them how you feel, or maybe how to get their act together. It's not your fault that they keep wrecking.
Yeah, I mean, just settle down. I mean, these races are long races, and There's more than, you can pass a guy without knocking him out of the way. I mean, go watch an IndyCar race. I was just in Kentucky. We had 36 lead changes in a 75 lap race, and there was some
race more like
stuff.
IndyCar.
Just understand that you can get by a guy without running him over. And the thing that bothers me about it is there's so much talent, like Tyler Fody and Tate Lytle and
don't get me started.
Matthew Weeks. I mean, these guys, if they applied themselves, could be in the Coke Series, and they know better than the way they race sometimes, and that can be kind of frustrating too.
Wow, you must have watched the Monday race. All right, we're going to get to the fast questions. You're on the fast part of the track here, so answer these as quickly as you can. Worst person to give a tally to that you just know that will complain the rest of the race?
Scott Crump.
Scott Crump? Yeah, I believe that one.
183 miles an hour in this thing? Good grief. All right, keep going.
Kicking Vincent at the start of the race.
That was totally my fault, my bad. I felt like an idiot for a week after I did that.
Wow. I'm sure he forgives you. Maybe not, really, but who cares? Instead of calling it a racing deal, what's the new word that means what that means? Instead of saying it's a racing incident, what's going to be the new word from now on?
Nobody's fault.
Oh, that's boring. That's boring. Okay. Would you rather watch Cats the Musical being played by senior citizens for 24 hours that have hearing problems, or off-track an elite race at Martinsville for 24 hours?
Honestly, probably off-track. I mean, as crazy as these guys can be sometimes, and as much of a bunch of idiots they can drive like sometimes. No, I mean, I would rather do the off-track. I like racing. I'll watch anything race. I'll watch two ducks race across the pond. You know what I mean? I'll watch anything that runs, anything that races.
Okay, last question here, because you've already finished up the lap here around the Nürburgring. You did really well for as slow as you did. It felt like a senior citizen out there, but we're going to ask the final one. Probably the biggest complainer that we had on here for you, Murphy, was going to be Harry. Obviously, the guy that got kicked out is the one that complains about you. Go figure. Harry's driver style to somebody that has no idea about racing. So compare Harry's driving style to, like, if you're telling somebody about Harry's driving style that has no idea anything about racing, what would it be?
Completely unchained. Unchained and unfiltered.
If it was a natural disaster, what kind of natural disaster?
Cyclone.
A cyclone?
Cyclone. He's above a hurricane. He's a cyclone.
I'm pretty sure a hurricane's above a cyclone.
I don't know. Whatever the strongest storm that comes in off the sea is, that's Harry.
Okay.
Sure.
The strongest storm off the sea. Okay, that's Harry's new nickname from now on. Well, you did it. You completed a lap around the Nürburgring. Drivers got to finally see you do a lap this time. I don't think you went off at all. So I guess I was gonna complain about how you're hypocritical and you don't do it yourself, but you did a completely clean a lap around the Nürburgring. So go figure. But go ahead and give everyone that in the IndyCar side of things, or maybe the elite side of things that you enjoy doing, and the belly-up side of things. Tell anybody that you have for thank yous and shout outs here as you came out here and you accomplished what only one other person did, which is have a completely clean lap around the Nürburgring.
I don't know if that's an accomplishment. I think I did the lap in about 17 minutes, but first of all, I mean, I want to say I enjoy what I do. We've been talking about that comes a time where everybody, and it's everybody, you start thinking about racing maybe a little bit less, and you start talking about different ways to stay involved. And I'm probably a lot older than you guys think I am. I'll be 40. I'll be 42 this year, and so I'm thinking about I can feel the hands and the feet starting to slow down, especially on the road course side. So big ovals aren't a problem, but road courses definitely are starting to be. And so, I'm starting to think about different ways to be involved. And I genuinely like most of the people, if not all of them in the series, even Harry.
Even Scott Crump?
Yeah, I mean, Crump's a good dude. He gets passionate, and I get that. And you know what? So be it. I mean, Crump he's a passionate guy. He's got a lot of speed. I wish he'd stop his bickering with Chad long enough to quit running over people and just keep his car clean. I mean, Crump's one of those guys, if he kept his car clean, he would never lose a race. I mean, he's that quick, and I get a lot of enjoyment just watching them guys. And I got to thank, Chad for the opportunity to do it. Next on that list has to be Gary Godso and the crew over at Raceverse. Long-time backer, long-time sponsors, long-time friends. Those guys, I've been doing a little bit of broadcasting with them and on Sundays and Mondays, and that's a lot of fun. I enjoy calling the races. It's a little bit different being up in the booth, sure, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely enjoy that. Andy Dunwoody and Brian Sharp and the gang at Black Magic Designs. Those guys are tremendous. Not only tremendous people, but good friends, and we have a good time together, just off the racetrack, whether it be Discord or bowling or whatever Adam O'Brien seems to be doing with his mini sprint. Those guys are a ton of fun. Hopefully you guys have noticed a difference in race control this year, and that's because Admin Box has come on board and give us a special button box for race control. And anybody that's interested in that, you can check out Donald Fisher's deal over at Admin Box. They're on Facebook and so forth. But those guys are tremendous. Tremendous help to me. And whoa, I think I'm finally gonna miss one. There it goes.
There you go.
Tremendous. I finally got the car dirty. I was going down I was trying to get to the carousel to do the donuts, and I was trying to make it without hitting something, but I finally hit something.
Well, you're going to have to hurry up and get there, because I'm about to cut you off here, because we're quickly going to run out of time on the podcast if I keep letting you go here.
But no, I mean, Admin Box, and then, Ryan and Justin and, Hunter Smith and Chad and Tanner, the guys at Little Eagle. Those guys have, not only are they great teammates, but they're very, they're really close friends, and it's awesome to get together, not just on the sim with them, but in person and go to the races. And Hunter's off at a basketball game tonight, but they're just awesome guys, and really enjoy hanging out with them. And lastly, I got to thank my wife. I mean, she lets me do this, pretty much 5-6 nights a week. I'm in this rig from 7 p.m. until long after everybody else goes to bed. So, I got to thank Natalie. I would be remiss if I didn't thank her.
There you go. You made it all the way here. You can thank me later. You can thank me after. I got to get off of here. I got to go to bed sometime too, All right. Thank you, Mark. Everybody, if the next time you want to yell at a race admin, remember, they have feelings too. And maybe, just maybe, they're faster than you at the gauntlet. We're going to go ahead and take a look right now as I finally get to end this interview after 2 laps pretty much at this point. We're going to end the interview here with Mark Murphy. We're going to take a look at his lap, see if he was able to beat any of your drivers. And maybe some of them are a little bit nervous at this point. Let's go ahead and see, back up to the booth and see what kind of lap time Mark Murphy just accomplished. That didn't take forever, did it?
No, it was the 24 hours of Mark Murphy there.
I had to do.
I didn't get to make the flight
600 miles at Charlotte, and then 600 miles with Mark Murphy. He didn't get off the dang thing.
Yeah,
we did 2 laps.
I missed the plane to Germany because I wasn't going to make the interview on time. But man, I could have came the next day and still caught the end of that interview.
Yeah, you could have helped me at the end of it if you just show up
No
after
kidding.
Germany. Come on, man. Why didn't you help me here?
Wow.
Oh boy, he did a good job on the lap, and I do appreciate Mark Murphy getting on there and letting us know how much he dislikes Scott Crump and everything.
The birthing class thing, yeah, that was out of
No,
left field.
yeah. I honestly never. Things that you never expect to show up on the gauntlet. Birthing was up there.
I'm going to take that and expect my season to turn around from here because I'm going to live life by birthing classes and breathing. And yeah, I don't know. That was wild.
Remember, if you're angry, Scott, I know you're asleep right now, but when you're angry, think of it like birthing.
A contraction. Yep.
Contraction.
It's going to pass. And
sometimes it's tough and the head's right there. But it will get worse before it gets better. And then at the end, you get screaming.
And then your child is Chad Frankenfield. And yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Got a little demon child, and then you're stuck with that little brat for all time.
I thank you, Mark, for birthing being mentioned onto there and making everyone a little grossed out for some reason.
Yeah, I
don't know if I can look at the Nürburgring normal ever again. So thank you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the times he set, because though he wasn't fast, he never made a mistake. So
I think Mark Murphy is one of those slow is smooth and smooth is fast kind of guys.
Out of 10 guys, where do you think he's going to rank up?
I'm just off that lap. I'm going to say 7th.
You're close. He came in 6th.
6th. Wow.
Yeah, he beat Harry, which he can now say, Harry, shut up. I'm faster than you. And even faster than Scott Crump, man.
Ooh, Crump. Scott. Man, the off-track Crump feuds, it's going to get worse now.
Scott. Yeah, that's really bad, Scott.
I'm still surprised by a week's time that he's back in
8th. Where would he have been if he didn't get stuck on track?
That's
probably.
Right.
Yeah, he got stuck on track. And then David Tooker, I put his race at night. No one else has been put into that bad of a situation.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to get RC. He won't. If someone can get in touch with RC Anderson, I've been trying. He has ignored my messages. He's probably like, I'm not talking to this guy. He's a weirdo.
You got to dangle a beer can in front of him, a full one, not an empty one. He'll call. He'll come.
Of RC?
Oh yeah.
At work?
Yeah.
He's a drinker?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone will probably attest to that in the chat here in a few seconds, but
leave a comment down below if RC Anderson's a drinker. That'll get him on here. We're just gonna literally bad name him and everything.
Drinking's awesome. I don't know what's wrong with that.
True.
That's what Wisconsin boys. I do it all the time. That's how I got my awesome.
We know
figure.
You do it. We've also watched you drop your camera like 5 times tonight too.
Yeah. I think I got it rigged where it won't fall, even though we're getting close to the end here. But
Ethan, if you go back and watch it, I believe it was the last episode.
Yep.
Episode 9 that we had David Tooker. Now, when you say, do we actually get to see David Tooker? It was at night, so not very much. He could see somehow, but for the rest of us, no. So if you want to really be surprised, go watch him go around the Nürburgring at night. I guess at one point I'm going to need Ethan Stanley in here, but I'm hoping iRacing implements rain for the Nürburgring for me.
Yeah, we need to see Stanley out there. He's the road course ringer right now, so we definitely need to get him out there.
Yeah, Tooker won the last road course race. Ethan Stanley's not crap anymore. Remember, he hasn't. He hasn't won a road course race in a while.
He's a has-been.
Yeah. Gable's beating him. David Tooker's beating him. Ethan Stanley's not good anymore.
Yeah.
Who's
Remember
Ethan
when you were
Stanley?
good, Ethan?
Trust me, it sinks in after a while, Ethan, when you think about when you were good.
Well, he hasn't quite Gerald fallen yet, so.
Okay. There's a standard.
Yeah, there's
how crappy you can get. Yep. I'm like, Jimmy Johnson IndyCar racing. That's me. I'm Jimmy Johnson IndyCar racing.
He's like Jimmy Johnson before he
there's
back
worse
the
if you can believe it.
So, you can go lower.
Yeah. But let's go ahead. We got one last thing to do tonight. We've got the marbles race to watch. And then the marbles have gone up and down. I think it's back down to being bad again. Since the last time with Casey Hatch finishing dead last, and that was the pick for it. So it's back to you don't want to win the marbles race again, Goody. So it's gone back and forth.
I want to see at least a mediocre run out of a marbles race. Marble race winner.
Yeah, it can happen.
Finish. It could happen. Today's going to be the day.
If you can place a 20th place finish with winning the marbles race, you would have won the race. If the marbles didn't pick you. So we're just going to say that. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the marbles race. I'm going to put that up there. I kind of put like a dirt track with bumps. Because it's the rocking game, all the bumps and stuff. Yeah, it's a circle track, but with a bunch of bumps.
There's rocks on that dirt, I bet, so it's fitting.
And this goes very fast. This is a super small track, so super small.
Is there a wall? What the? We gotta see how this goes. Well, I gotta.
We're gonna make it full screen because it is very hard to see. Well, you can still hear us, but yeah, we'll see how it goes here. Green flag is out.
Wow, they are flying
here, and they're hitting the bumps and all over the place.
Whoa, they're going up on the wall. Going in the grass.
I can't tell you who's leading now.
But Indelicato Massey. What where did he come from? What?
Trey Holmes.
Massey
Dustin
again.
Dewar, Nick Massey. Trey Holmes again. It's all over the place.
Trey Holmes.
It's already coming up on lap 3.
Oh my goodness. And
I keep forgetting to take out what's his name? Harrison Talon. Oh, there's Harry. The ruling is if Harry wins a marbles race, he does get to race again.
Yep, he gets allowed back in.
That is the ruling.
Massey, this the white flag lap here?
No, 2 laps left to go.
Oh, 2 laps, okay.
That's lap 4. Nick Massey's still out film. Here comes Harry.
Oh, Harry's making a show. It's been the Massey and Holmes show here.
Oh no, is Harry gonna get to race at the Rock?
Oh my God, that's gonna be terrible.
No.
Trey Holmes,
please, no.
Oh, he might have the angle. Oh, is he gonna have the angle? Oh,
he messed it up. Vincent. Oh no, at the line, Trey Holmes. Wow, Vincent almost got him there.
Oh.
Wow. So Trey Holmes is gonna win or finish dead last at the Rock. One or the other. It's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for Trey. He had a good run at on last week.
So sad that he's going to wreck at so sad he's going to wreck at the Rock.
Yeah, hopefully it's like either it's going to be death or glory for him. Like if he's going to go out, it's going to be like a big bang. You got to do something wild, like take out 3 cars and have Mark Murphy give you a 25-minute explanation of what just happened.
Please no. Please no. No more of that. I'm good. I fell asleep for a bit there. But that was the marbles race. That was episode 10 that you guys got to watch of the Simply Racing Show podcast. We appreciate everyone joining in tonight. It was a lot of fun. I haven't found a driver yet for the gauntlet. Still trying to get a hold of RC Anderson. Please unblock me for some reason.
I think you got to go like guerrilla warfare style. Get some of these mid pack. Not even Trey Holmes. He runs pretty well. I think it'd be fun to get some of these guys that run week in week out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I am. Yeah. What do you mean mid pack? I put Harry into there. I put Dusty into there. I put mid pack people into there.
Harry's a no pack kind of guy right now.
And well, that's true. He's not in a pack anymore. He's been kicked out of the pack. He's in the zoo.
You know what? We need to get Rucker out on the Nürburgring.
I don't want Rucker on the Nürburgring.
He would be
so he can complain the entire time. No, he would not. Rucker's never been entertaining.
Well, he has his moments.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not. Trust me. He does. No. I'm all right. Maybe a Clark. Maybe we'll get a Josh Clark or something like that.
Oh yeah, there you
or
go.
Something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someone that you take out at the Rock will bring up into it.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be fair.
That
could be anybody. That could be any one of you guys out there.
That's true. Goody's on a roll right now with getting instant tallies.
Man, I'll try to smarten up Wednesday, but there's not a lot of going on.
Not Mark Murphy's gonna talk to you.
Ooh,
he's gonna bring you up into the chat. He's gonna talk to you.
Breathing.
And talk to you about Goody. I honestly think you just need to pee.
It's like his contractions passed. Okay.
You do look like you're pregnant. No, I'm joking. Well, next week it's going to be, I believe Jeff Green's going to be joining me for another podcast. So that's always exciting. Jeff Green's always fun. Get to talk about the Rock. That's someone that should talk about the Rock races. Jeff Green, who ran very well at the Rock. So that'd be interesting to have Jeff Green as we look back at the Rock for next week's episode 11 podcast. And get to see more entertaining stuff from everyone in the Elite Series. But yeah, I appreciate everyone joining us tonight and coming on and commenting and being a part of this show. And we're excited. This season's been going really well with the podcast, and we're really excited as far as how it's gone through its growth as of so far. So episode 10 still tracking in the right direction, still running very well, and we're happy. So thank you, Goody, for joining me again. Is this your third time you did it?
Yeah, I think
it's
the
third time.
Yeah,
third time. Yeah, you only dropped it a few times.
Yeah, love being on here. It's always fun.
Yeah. We appreciate everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And again, tune in next Thursday as we take a look back at the Rock and have more fun. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night.